So, my name is Ben Gucciardi, and I'm going to read some poems today. A lot of them are going to be about fire and wildfire, which feels appropriate. It's been weighing on me a lot, as with many people, just everything that's happening in California. So, this first poem is called Scavengers. Scavengers. Wildfire has scorched 47 acres in the valley below the house where I am staying. And now 3 slow vultures trace black circles through the haze. Descend, feast, climb, repeat. I want to combine myself with the world that way, finding succor in the char. If no clouds bring relief, let us place our fingers like crimson beaks into the burn of our lives and endure. So these next couple poems are written in a circular form, and I wrote these after the Cobb Fire up in Lake County. And the circular form just sort of connected. It was a particularly wet year, which made the grasses grow higher and then made the fire worse. And so just this thinking about the circle of life and death. And this first poem is called Halo for the Scorched Orchard. In the pause between death and tendril, the farmer kneels where the gage tree grew, knowing she will stay in the pause between death and tendril. This is a poem called Halo for the Evacuees. The rain that lures the grasses higher, and the grasses foment the wilder flame, and the flame, even we faithless, pray for the rain that lures the grasses higher. This is a poem called Halo for the Invisible Hand. In the anapestic trimeter of Adam Smith's poetry, the forest is burning, and a great horned owl sets out into smoke thick as night, calling death its measured name. This is a poem a little bit less explicitly about fire, but more about drought. It's called Tejon Ranch Sonata 2032. The last colt on the ranch dies, and no one has the will to dig another grave. Earth too dry, shovels worn dull. In the empty corral, the youngest farmhand shears tail hair, ties it to a stick of whittled birch. When the sun dissolves hide, muscle, he pulls the bow across the blanched arches of the rib cage. Allegro, andante, a butcher of sound, carving the melody, a flank for the ancestors in the creek bed who sing along in spite of their conversion. And I'm just going to read 2 more poems that are less explicitly about fire and drought. This is a poem called Advice for Pallbearers. To make the sound of your footsteps disappear requires practice. A cornfield in late autumn, when the ground is brittle enough to repeat what it hears. Best if the 6 of you can go together at dusk. Find a barn owl. A corn crow will do. See how close you can get before the bird startles. Observe the interaction of air and wing. Before you handle the casket, borrow your mother's finest crystal vase. Carry it through the crowded parking lot to the water park. Ride the slides. Let nothing shatter. The trick is for the coffin to appear to float. The weight of his failures superfluous. Let him be known as a saint for a few moments before he is forgotten. And just one last poem called Chosen Landscape. Sometimes the sea plays its green piano in the 4/4 time of the blues. Sometimes it plays nocturnes. The moon knows exactly how to glimmer on. The way the sea hammers the keys tonight. If I could take my sister's hand, I'd lead her into the breaking waves, so we could become the keys the sea plays, so we could feel 100 fingers strum along our eyes. And if, when the refrain came, my sister asked, "Have I heard this song before?" would I tell her, "It's the song our mother sang as she spread your ashes on the bluff, the terns riding slow thermals above us?" Or would I duck beneath the surface, wrap myself in ringing water as if it were the worn blanket she pressed around me before turning out the lights, leaving me to dreams of white birds hunting in gray water? Thank you.